I want action, drama. I want to see him fight. I want to see blood. Okay. All right, hey, what's going on, guys? My name is Shredder. Today, I'm going to be answering your avatar questions from Instagram. These questions were submitted under an Instagram poll, so if you guys want to participate in these kinds of things in the future, definitely make sure to go follow your boy on Instagram, at ShredderFTW. Anyway, I received a lot of great questions. We're going to answer some of them today. This is going to be kind of like a final thoughts video for the Avatar series. And by the way, I just want to say the response to the finale was absolutely incredible. I mean, we broke records. I think it might have been the third one, the final Agni Kai, that got to 100K views in under 12 hours. Like that was actually insane. Like I couldn't believe that. But yeah, let's get started. Obviously there's the classic favorite, least favorite questions, but there's also some really creative ones in here. So let's get right to it. Okay, so first, I'm gonna answer the question that y'all have been asking for months now. And it came as no surprise that a ton of you guys spammed this question. Am I gonna watch The Legend of Korra? Obviously, now that I finished Avatar, Legend of Korra is the sequel series. It seems like a logical next step. Well, the answer is yes. I'm gonna watch the series, whether it's, on camera, off camera. I'm definitely going to watch it at some point because, it's set in the Avatar universe and I want more Avatar content. Of course, there's mixed reviews on the series. I think in the end, I'm just gonna end up forming my own opinion on the series. I mean, I hope it's good. I'm not gonna expect it to be like the original Avatar, obviously, because sequels are most often not as good as the original. And Avatar is already a near perfect series, so I'm not going in with like Avatar level expectations, but I just want it to be enjoyable. So the question now, it really is whether I'm gonna be doing a video series on it. I think that's what you guys are most likely curious about. Now, I know a while back, I hinted at doing possibly a live stream series for it, but at this point, I've decided against it, mainly because I think one of the most unique aspects to my videos is my editing. By the way, I do edit all of my videos myself. I think my reaction videos are as popular as they are in large part due to my editing. I don't want to take that away and do a live stream series because I feel like I would be losing my style a little bit. But now comes the time where I need to be a little bit honest with y'all. The Avatar series was amazing, but it was really, really freaking draining. I mean, I spent an ungodly amount of time on each video, staying up till really, really late to finish videos sometimes. That last part of the finale, for example, part 4, in order to keep on schedule, I stayed up until, I think it was 3:30 or 4 a.m. that night to get it ready for the next morning. And I spent over 12 hours total on that one video. So it is a lot of work to make these reaction videos with all the editing in them. Now, I am a rising senior in high school, in case you guys didn't know, so right now is a very important time for me. I'm heading into the fall of my senior year, which means college applications, applying to schools, doing auditions and stuff, and the college application process is my priority at the moment. And so I need to be cautious before taking on another large project such as KORRA. I definitely see myself doing a KORRA series. Now, when that comes out, how frequently I upload, that will vary depending on how well my college stuff is going, how busy school ends up being, and of course how much demand there is for the KORRA series. Which, by the way, if you guys are one of the people who want to watch a KORRA reaction series, definitely go down there, hit the like button so I can kind of gauge what the demand is like. So I don't know yet when the series will be able to start. When it does, it will move slower than the Avatar series did. Alright, but enough of that KORRA stuff. Let's move on to the actual Avatar questions. Favorite fight scene in Avatar? I mean, come on, you gotta go with the Aang versus Ozai fight. That final battle was so hype, bro. Like, you can't beat that, man. That had me on my feet. When he went into the Avatar mode and grabbed him by the beard, bro. I would compare it to when I watched Avengers Endgame, and when everyone comes out of the portals. Oh, spoilers, by the way. I don't know if everyone's seen it. You probably should have by now. But when everyone comes out of the portals to fight Thanos' army, bro, I watched it in theaters, so everyone was like standing up and yelling. Like, that was such a hype moment. And the Aang versus Ozai fight definitely did that for me. It was just crazy. Least favorite episode? Probably The Great Divide, as I'm sure it is for a lot of other fans. I don't think it's necessarily that it's bad, but it didn't add much to the story. And compared to the rest of the Atla episodes, it was just, you know, it fell short. Okay, here comes this question. Favorite episode? I always dread this question because there are just so many ones that I love, man. Crossroads of Destiny, Tales of Ba Sing Se, The Desert, The Runaway, the Southern Raiders, Ember Island Players. I mean, there's just too many. I can't choose one. I think Atla is one of those series where you watch it and every single episode you're just like, that's my new favorite. You know what I mean? Like it just keeps on getting better. So the answer is I don't have a single favorite episode. I can't decide. Favorite character? I would say mine is definitely KORRA, with Iroh and Toph following close behind. Okay, here's an interesting one. If you could choose to be the voice of any character, who would you voice? I think it'd be really cool to voice Sokka, just because he has just that sort of energy. I feel like he'd definitely be the most fun to voice. He is the comic relief character, and so there's just this jumpiness to him. I definitely would go with Sokka. What do you rate Avatar 1 out of 10? I'd say a 9.9. It's about as close to perfection as you can get. What is my favorite scene? I would definitely go with the desert scene with Aang just rampaging, and then Katara just like holds him. That moment it's so powerful. But I will say Iroh's reunion with Zuko is a very close second though. If you were to invent a new way of bending / a new way to use bending, what would it be? In our world, probably like plastic bending. Just bend that shit right out of the ocean. And also just because everything is made out of plastic these days. I mean, imagine parenting. I swear to God, boy, you better put that toy down or I'm oh! Do you think Azula and Katara's last battle was rushed? I mean, kind of. I really would have loved to see them in a full-on like 1v1 battle at some point, but you know, at the same time, I think it keeps the flow of the finale going at the length that it is. Yeah, I don't have a problem with the length in the series. It would be really cool to have a full-on 1v1 though. What did you think about Azula's mental breakdown? To have like everything you thought you had under control just like crumble in front of you like that all at once, that kind of stuff pushes you to really dark places. And I think it was, you know, just so chilling to see a character who had such composure throughout the show lose it like that. Like it was pretty frightening. What is your favorite season and episode from that season? I mean, I think my favorite season has to be Book 3. Favorite episode, probably Ember Island. I mean, that was like the greatest thing I've ever seen in a TV show. Like that was hilarious. I've never seen anything like that before. So yeah, Book 3, Ember Island Players. What girl would you go out with? Be careful, Ty Lee is mine. Oh, okay, buddy. She's all yours. I gotta go with Katara. Something about like tan, dark skin, and blue eyes. Sorry, Aang. Favorite quote? Say it with me now. That's rough, buddy. For real, no Zutara feels? Yeah, I mean, I personally was always rooting for Katang. I always just felt Zutara, that relationship was more of just like a mutual respect kind of thing. So no, I'm not personally a Zutara person. Of course, people are free to interpret the show however they like. Favorite Zuko moment? Oh man. Oh yeah, no, definitely the moment in the woods when he's rehearsing his speech before going and trying to join Team Avatar. That was hilarious. Do you think Azula deserves a redemption arc? You know what? Yeah, I think she does. She lived her life trying to please her father, as Zuko also did, and to live solely to please someone else is no way to live. Yeah, I did feel quite bad for her, and I wish she had a figure like Uncle Iroh to help her escape her dad's cruelty. But unfortunately, not everyone gets lucky. Favorite animal of the Avatar universe? Well, I would definitely say Appa, but I think you're referring to a species. I don't know, I like the turtle ducks. Those guys were cute. What element can you see yourself bending? I've kind of been associated with fire a lot, which I think is fair. I think I'd also be a pretty solid waterbender though. I can be like a rather go with the flow kind of guy. And also waterbending is just the coolest, by the way. I think it's the strongest and the coolest element. Do you consider Suki a part of Team Avatar? Of course, absolutely. Man, y'all out here disrespecting my girl Suki like this. The fact that this is even a question, where would they be without Suki? Honestly. The boiling rock, the finale. I mean, Sokka, first of all, would be dead like 5 times over. What was the coolest way a character use their bending. I think throughout the show in general, Toph and Katara both had really creative ways of using their bending. I think for me, it'd probably have to be, oh dude, when Toph flipped the stairs when they were storming the Earth Palace. That was such a cool and effective way of defeating the enemy. Like it was so creative. Yeah, I'd definitely go with that. Besides Zuko, who got the biggest character development arc. I really enjoyed watching both Sokka and Katara grow into who they are at the end. They were just so like naive and young at the beginning compared to the strategic leader and motherly badass that they are at the end. I would say it's a tie between them. What was your favorite Iroh quote? Sometimes life is like this dark tunnel. You can't always see the light at the end of the tunnel, but if you just keep moving, you will come to a better place. That was my best Iroh impression, which admittedly was pretty poor. What's the biggest thing that stood out to you about Avatar? I think the attention to detail and world building. I always loved how much personality they gave to even the most like insignificant Fire Nation soldier. And just, you know, it makes everyone in their universe seem human, which is very important. What moral lessons / values did you learn from Atla? I think the biggest one was learned through Zuko. Sometimes the life you think you want isn't as good as it seems. Take the time to discover yourself and who you want to be, and then make the right choices. What do you think is the most underrated aspect / character / scene of the show? I think the Jin girl from Zuko's tail was hella underrated. I mean, she got Zuko to warm up and kind of like break out of his shell a little bit, which isn't easy for him to do. I think they should have had a second shot together. Favorite non-bender? My boy, the one and only Sokka of the Water Tribe. Although I hear he backbends pretty well. So maybe he doesn't count. What scene touched you the most? That scene when Katara was under the cliff and Sokka's talking to Toph about he thinks of Katara as his mother. That scene, man. God damn, that scene was so good. If you were in the writer's room of Avatar, would you add or take away anything? I think I'd add a love interest for Toph that isn't Sokka. Because I mean, Toph is, like, when you really look underneath, she's such a sweetheart. And when it comes to that kind of stuff, you get to really see a different side of her. It's such a contrast to her usual, you know, tough exterior. Yeah, I mean, I really love to see her like genuinely happy and end up with someone. Favorite firebending moment? The final Agni Kai. Specifically that moment when Zuko and Azula were firing at each other, and then the fire, like each other's fire was right here. Like they were just going at it and the fire was like right here. That moment, boom! Whose relationship dynamic did you like the best? I mean, come on, Zuko and Iroh. It was just so fundamental to Zuko's character arc, and you can tell like he cares so much about his uncle. He just doesn't want to show it publicly. It's really sweet. Favorite track off the soundtrack? I gotta go with Avatar's Love. I mean, it's relaxing, it's peaceful. You know, when you listen to it, you feel like everything's gonna be okay. Do you think you would have enjoyed the show even more if you saw it as a kid? Absolutely, I would have been obsessed with this show, even more so than I am now. I mean, I got attached really quickly to these types of like fantasy worlds. I remember reading the Inheritance Cycle. Did anyone else read the Inheritance Cycle? Warriors, you guys have to have read Warriors. But yeah, stuff like that I was so into. I loved fantasy. So if I saw this show back in the day, oh man, it would have been over. I would have had such an obsession. I would have been one of those kids with like an Avatar backpack. And you know what, it's probably a good thing that I didn't see it way back then. And also because I just get to binge watch it on Netflix now whenever the hell I want. If you were to make a show about the adult gang, how would you write it? Man, I'd really love to see like one of them just go rogue or get put under like some sort of curse, and then they have to fight each other. Like maybe Katara gets put under some sort of curse or spell, and then the rest of the team has to try and rescue her while she's evil and trying to kill them. I want action, drama, none of that fanficky, happy-go-lucky stuff. I mean, there's too much of that already. I want to see them fight. I want to see blood.
Jesus Christ.
Okay. As a fellow Katang shipper, I ask, what is your favorite Katang moment? Yeah, I gotta say, the Lover's Cave. I think the reason why that sticks out to me so much is because like throughout the rest of the so-called Katang moments, a lot of it is Aang, you know, initiating and kind of being like, oh, I want to do this with her or whatever. But I mean, in the cave, KORRA really initiated that time, and we got to see like her true feelings about Aang. I think for the first time. And by first time, I mean like the first time she actually fully displayed she was romantically interested. Because the other times you could have just said, I don't know, she really cares about him because he's family or whatever. So I think that moment just really fired off Katang. Are you making a piano cover for Avatar and cosplay? Patience. What do you think is the coolest sub-element? I mean, bloodbending. You get to parade other people around, man. That's crazy. Hottest character? Well, I mean, you know, Daddy Ozai did look kind of nice in that last fight. If given the chance, would you change the ending of Atla? Probably not. Again, like I said, it's a very near perfect series. I think the finale is really great as it is. But I will say that I probably would have enjoyed it more if Aang figured out energy bending on his own. I saw a lot of you guys mentioning how he's had previous experiences that could have hinted at the possibility of something like energy bending, especially, you know, stuff with chakras, the swamp tree, and that really got me thinking. You know, I was like, you know what, that is a good point. But then again, if those really were plants to hint at the possibility of energy bending, I think why not have Aang discover it for himself, you know? The lion turtle at the end of the day was an ex machina. Like it comes in the middle of the finale, gives some magical power to our protagonist. The hinting of lion turtles is a whole different thing. I think, yeah, if we had Aang be able to figure it out as he fought Ozai, I don't know exactly how you would do that, but maybe at one point he's thinking about like chakras and stuff, and he's like, wait, what if I hit Ozai at like a chakra point? So he specifically directs like I don't know, like an earth thing at one of his chakra points. It hits, and then he notices that his firebending gets a little like screwed up. And then he has like a moment of realization where he's like, boom, what if I like, you know, do something to his chakras, interrupt his energy flow? Again, I'm not quite sure if that's in the end how the whole energy bending thing actually works. I don't know if you have to specifically get it from the lion turtle, but you guys have said that it has something to do with chakras and energy. So I wanted Aang to figure it out for himself, if that is the case. All right, and the final question, any plans for future videos? I plan on doing more Avatar related content. I'm writing an Avatar song at the moment, hint, hint. Again, I'm gonna be reacting to Atla fan art. You guys have already been providing me with plenty of content to react to, so that hopefully will come out soon as well. So yeah, music and then vlogs, basically just what I was doing before I started Avatar. And then of course there's KORRA, which will come out in the future. Yeah, I mean, this channel is really just a reflection of myself. To be honest, the content changes with me and what I'm interested in. So we will see, but I definitely hope you all stick around for it. I hope you guys enjoy this Avatar Q&A. I hope this, you know, wraps things up a little bit. This series is just so magical. I've seen how much it means to the people who comment on my videos. I think this series represents something more than just a TV show. I mean, the whole thing is such an experience and it has such a living, breathing universe. So yeah, that's all I got for today. Thank you all again for coming on the Atla journey with me. These were some amazing questions. If you guys have more questions, I will possibly do more Q&As in the future. Of course, you can also leave them down in the comment section. I will try to answer some of them. My name is Shredder. I will see all of you guys in the next video. See ya.